Welcome back for a new edition of Video Game Pickups. This is going to be a PlayStation 2 edition, or just PS2 rather. Total, we have a bunch to look at, so let's get started. First up, a Star Wars game. Of course, based around the TV series Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Republic Heroes. Basically, this game is designed sort of to look like what people would have seen in the Republic during the Clone Wars. Basically, it's to be more like very pro-Republic, obviously, against the Separatists. An interesting idea. And yeah, you also have Ahsoka Tano and all the other characters, of course, from the TV series. And the game obviously went with the designs from the show as well. It's actually really cool. Caught my attention. I got this relatively pretty dang cheap. Got this in a bundle with a few other PS2 games. I believe I paid something like $10 for 4 games, which is not a bad deal at all. This was one of the 4 games. Next up, the second of those 4 games I got in the bundle was Star Ocean Till the End of Time, which is a pretty well highly liked game, and it goes pretty cheap easily. You can easily find this game under $10 no problem anywhere. Now, unlike some of the Star Ocean games, which have been going up quite a bit, like the PS1 era Star Ocean, and a few of the other Star Oceans. But this is one of the longer running franchises from, of course, Square. It's too bad more people don't give the Star Ocean series the credit it deserves. Still a great game and a great addition to any RPG fan's collection, in my opinion. Next, the third, and that being, of course, a compilation. Yeah, obviously another greatest hits. Never cared much for the PS2 greatest hits stuff just because of, like, burgundy or whatever. That color they decided to go with, which is very tacky, I might add. I can deal with the neon green greatest hits from the PS1 a little bit more. But this is interesting, plus you have like some special like retakes on some of the classics, like it says there, 3 new games plus several other Namco favorites. But you have like this cool new design and style Mega Man game, which I think is really cool actually. If you are a fan of old school classics from Namco, like I've said before in a compilation video, I consider Namco museums a must-own, at least owning a few of them. But you have a lot of classics here. I mean, like you're talking about Dig Dug, Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian. I mean, a lot of classics. And before I mentioned, like, I was thinking Galaxian was like, the successor to Galaga. Actually, it was the polar opposite. My bad on that. But still, a lot of great classics. And the last of the ones that I got in that bundle cheap, Grand Theft Auto 3. Which is definitely a highly beloved game. The first jump, of course, the major jump into 3D from the prior two. This, of course, was released early in the PS2 lifespan. You would end up having some of the most liked games in the franchise. GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Grand Theft Auto, but I still have some memories from Grand Theft Auto 3 from when I was younger, as well as I love Vice City. I think it's more has to do with the soundtracks, the music and stuff, but I'm biased as all heck. I still enjoy this for just the memories I have of playing this for the first time back in the late 90s, or not late 90s, but early 2000s, along with, I still say Vice City is the best in the series. But, can consider myself biased because I'm also a big fan of Miami Vice and things like that. Still a great classic I consider a must-have to any fan of the PS2 era, as well as to the 2000s. Now on to one other thing that I got, like, dirt cheap. I believe I got this for like $3. I think I paid for this. It's been a long time since I've actually played Rising Sun. This remains about the best-selling first-person shooter game, strangely enough, in Japan, is Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Unfortunately, Battlefield through the years has become EA's big first-person shooter series. And the thing is, I myself am much more fond of Medal of Honor series than I was of Aliens. Not really, never been a fan of Battlefield. I just haven't really gotten into it, and I'm not really a big fan of Call of Duty either. Though I will admit, surprisingly, I enjoyed the story mode in Infinite Warfare, weirdly enough. But for me, Medal of Honor Rising Sun is one of my personal favorites in the Medal of Honor series. I like this series because at least it cared a little bit more about historical accuracy, more so than pretty much any of the other first-person shooters out there. And I say, if you are a first-person shooter fan, I do recommend picking up some of the Medal of Honor games. You can get most of them very affordable. Now we get on to the more important stuff here, and that is Persona games, which I've been focusing on, or rather, not so much Persona as more the original franchise name, Shin Megami Tensei. Of course, many people consider this to be one of the absolute best in the series of the Shin Megami Tensei Persona games, and I see where they're coming from with the third game in the series. Well, in the Persona series, anyways. Still a great game in a lot of people's opinions. I really don't have too much knowledge on Shin Megami Tensei series, though it's highly coveted, and I've had a couple of people that have highly recommended I give a shot to a lot of the earlier era, like these, the classics. And that's one of the reasons I picked them up. I've just been waiting on trying to get the complete PS2 collection. Also, believe it or not, found factory sealed for a good price. Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. And yeah, this even includes, as it shows, bonus disc, the original soundtrack to the game. Though I also have, digitally speaking, Persona 4 Golden for Vita as well. But still really cool finding this factory sealed. Also, a game, of course, which has a remaster version coming out in the end of this month, in just about a week. And that is Shin Megami Tensei, of course, as you see right here. A really sought after and very highly praised game. There's quite a few people who consider this to be the best in the Shin Megami Tensei series, hands down. And yeah, Dante from Devil May Cry actually shows up in the game, weirdly enough. Now, the most important thing I've been wanting to get my hands on is the last two. And that is the Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga, which it released two, and if you see, even picture-wise, it goes together, side by side. Now, some of the Shin Megami Tensei games are going for a lot more money now, which is why I recommend picking up any Shin Megami Tensei games you can for a reasonable price while you can. That's what I did. I found all these for reasonable prices. I immediately jumped on it because I've been seeing the PS1 Shin Megami Tensei games are going up big time. Even the 3DS games are now skyrocketing in price. Cheapest route to go for them is digital. You can get them $20 to $30 a piece digitally. You're looking at $70 to $100 on average each for a 3DS, so I don't recommend, unless you can find them for a good price, get them digitally, unfortunately. But yeah, right now you can get the PS2 era games very affordable, so get them while you can. And yeah, strangely enough, both of these are also factory sealed still. But with that said, I'll see y'all next time, and hopefully you enjoyed this pickups. But stay safe, and I'll see you soon enough. Same YouTube time, it's same YouTube channel.